LocalBozo.com is proud to have with us as our guest for an exclusive interview, frontman of the Constellations, Elijah Jones. Elijah, thanks so much for giving us some time today.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
So, the major label release of Southern Gothic dropped in June. Can you talk a little bit about the concept behind this album and how it came to be?
Yeah, man. It was originally just a studio project, and me and Tim Allen, producer, came into the studio and basically just started bouncing ideas back and forth, and we did that off and on for about 2 years, and realized when we sat down and looked at the body of the work, it's basically all songs about Atlanta. So it was a concept record. I guess in theory it is, but really it just kind of turned out that way.
So, for New Yorkers who might be unfamiliar with the Atlanta music scene, can you talk a little bit about some of your influences on this album and how heavily your hometown played a part in its release?
I think a lot of people know Atlanta for the hip hop scene. It's grown out of Atlanta since the early '90s. We definitely are influenced by that. But there's a whole other side of Atlanta that I don't think most people connect with as far as music from Atlanta. And it's just taken those different influences. There's a huge funk scene here. There's a huge indie rock scene. Lots of throwback kind of music going on, '60s soul and so on. But we just take a little bit of each of those influences and throw them in a pot, mix them up, and got Southern Gothic.
With an album that took a reported 2 full years to write, at some point did you feel any pressure to prematurely get the album finished and get it out there?
No, not at all, man. It was very organic, kind of experience. We never sat down and said this is the type of music we're going to play or record. It was never like, this is the kind of band we are. It was always, you just went in there and we wrote the songs and let the songs figure out what they wanted to be. And, there was never any kind of rush. There's obviously no label saying, get this record done. It was all up to us. So, we took our time with it and let it just grow.
Are you happy with how the album's been received?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm, very, very happy.
So, are you constantly writing new music, and if so, when can fans expect a follow-up to Southern Gothic?
I've been writing never stop. Actually, I am just now seriously sitting down and writing some sketches for this project. But yeah, I have no idea when the next record will be, but it's definitely being written.
This new album has guest spots from Atlanta alumni like CeeLo Green and just an awesome verse by Asher Roth. Who are some other artists that you'd like to collaborate with?
Oh man, everyone. Stevie Wonder, Tom Waits, the LCD Sound System, anybody. I have a wide range of people that I'd love to work with, lots of different influences.
I think what's great about the album is that it's versatile to so many different musical genres, from indie to hip-hop to even a psychedelic rock sort of thing. What is it about this band that has allowed you to so freely experiment in so many different areas?
I think, like I said, we never really put ourselves in a category of like, this is what we're doing. It's just, our take on what popular music could be. And, I think, me having like, my main two influences are Tom Waits and CeeLo and, everything in between. And, I think, when you listen to the record, I hope that you can hear that it's not just one type of music, and we don't try and box ourselves in by describing it as just one type of music. We just let it be what it is, and let the songs speak for themselves. And hopefully that's honest, and hopefully that's coming from the heart. I think a lot of people latched onto different songs and have been able to kind of figure out that we had more to offer than just that type of song. So hopefully, our audience grows with us.
The Constellations have recently embarked on a headlining tour that stops locally at Brooklyn Bowl on December 15th before starting up again on tour in the spring. Are you taking any support acts on tour with you, and what can New Yorkers who haven't seen you yet expect from a live Constellations performance?
I don't know who our openers are gonna be at the Brooklyn Bowl show. You know what the Brooklyn Bowl openers are? No? I have no idea. But as far as what they can expect, I mean, we're a sweaty party. There's 7 of us up on stage going nuts. So we like to have a lot of fun. I mean, when I'm not in the studio, this is my favorite part of this whole deal is performing live and playing in front of people. So you know, I definitely leave it up all on stage.
What are the band's plans for 2011?
Tour, record, and keep doing what we're doing.
Rinse, wash, and repeat, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wax on, wax off.
Any specific places the band likes to hit when they're in New York?
The Black and White Bar. Well, that's Manhattan. The Brooklyn. What do I like to get to in Brooklyn? Late night. There's a bar, man. There's a bar in Brooklyn that, like after hours, they let you smoke, and I miss that whenever I leave Atlanta. Everybody's non-smoking these days.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add for the readers of localbozo.com?
Sport music, man. Go buy records. Not just mine.
Fans, come out and support the Constellations on Wednesday, December 15th at Brooklyn Bowl. Tickets are just $5. And make sure to check out theconstellationsmusic.com for other touring info and more information. Elijah, thanks so much for giving us a couple minutes today at localbozo.com, and best of luck on the upcoming tour.
Thanks a lot, brother.